Whether you have a diagnosis or not, I don't care. I'll teach you how to find what's causing your health concerns using the labs you already have. Your doctor might tell you your blood work is normal, but I'm here to teach you a better way. If you're a doctor or a health coach and anything in between, there's one for you too. Download your cheat guides and register here at drkylieburton.com. This podcast is sponsored by Systemic Formulas and Nutribiome. Systemic Formulas, the supplement company I trust with my patients and family. Instead of ordering from a handful of companies, I use 95% SF products. They're top-of-the-line quality with the best lab west of the Mississippi. They're pure, potent, and they get results. In fact, I recommend you follow their Instagram at Systemic Formulas Institute. Also, the man who's behind the Systemic Formulas products, Dr. Shane Morris, is launching a new line of supplements designed to take your microbiome to the next level. He has specific prebiotics designed to feed the probiotics. Learn more and order soon at mybiome.com. All right, let's jump into the episode. Welcome to the Beyond the Diagnosis podcast with me, Dr. Kylie. We are going to talk about the liver today. Why? Because it's one of the hardest working organs in your body. But I recently came across a PubMed article that tied liver damage to supplements. And it caught my attention because you're probably listening to this and you're thinking, I take supplements. Is it damaging my liver? Yes and no. In my opinion, and as many of you will agree with me, you should probably be getting high quality supplements that actually have what they say is in them. And it's one of the reasons why I don't like to take a lot of things. In fact, if you were to ask me what supplements I currently take, I will tell you I never take anything day to day. But my most common 3 or 4 supplements I take are Sinulin for blood sugar, GA for adrenals, Neurosin to keep my brain working top notch, and vitamin D. I'm pretty regular with vitamin D because I know how important it is. I love my Sinulin, I love my GA, and I love my Neurosin. Those are the 4 things I take on a regular basis, but I don't take them every single day. So if you're thinking about if your supplements are damaging your liver, maybe you should take a look at your stash and see if you can eliminate some. And when I talk to patients about this, they always ask, well, how do you want me to transition? Should I take the supplements that you want and only those ones that I recommend for them? Or should I keep on doing what I've already been taking in addition to yours? And here's my thing. Go back into your supplements and ask yourself this one question. Am I taking this to survive? What am I taking this for? And if your answer is something like a symptom or, quote, inflammation, is it really something that you should be taking and spending money on and making your liver process? In fact, how many supplements are you making your liver process? It's another reason why I'm a big fan of supplements and combinations. I don't like one ingredient things because you end up taking a lot of stuff. And everything that you take, your liver has to digest. Digest isn't probably the right word, but break apart and eliminate, because the liver is a detox organ. And think about the detox organs as a piece of a system. After all, it is the detoxification system. And within that system, you have things like your skin. Teenagers, acne. It's a big common culprit in that age group. Why? Because their hormones are going through the roof. And their liver is having a hard time keeping up with its job. Our livers are so overburdened nowadays that if you're starting to see skin issues, think 2 things: liver and mitochondria. Mitochondria inside every single cell in our body. The liver is, like I said, one of the hardest working organs in our body. It is the largest internal organ, and it sits in the upper right side of the belly. It's always communicating with all of our digestive organs. This is why I say our body is just multiple systems communicating back and forth. Your liver communicates with your digestive system. So if you're only focusing on your GI tract, which is what gastroenterologists do, there's a problem. Because our bodies are multiple systems playing a role on each other. And you have to treat the body as a whole. We're not just a thyroid gland. We're not just a uterus. We're not just a liver. We're not just a brain or a nervous system. We are multiple cells that make organs and glands that make systems, and those systems interact. The liver is the main organ involved in detoxification, which means it's going to recognize toxic substances and convert them into harmless material if it has the ingredients it needs to do that. A well-taken liver can help a well-taken care of liver, there you go, can help bring you higher energy, clearer skin. Like I said, the skin is a detox organ, and it is going to tell us what's happening on the inside of our body. It will help with regulate menstrual cycles, freedom from sinus pain, fewer infections and a stronger immune system, less digestive complaints and more regular bowel movements. What is a regular bowel movement anyways? 1 or 2 times a day. And if you're detoxing, 2, maybe even 3 times a day to make sure it is getting out of your body. Fresher breath and oral health. It can even influence your mood, helping you have a more positive and stable mood with a clearer mind. How on earth does your liver impact your hormones? Because it says, I just told you, it can help regulate your menstrual cycle and reduce PMS. If you have heavy, painful periods, maybe you've been diagnosed with endometriosis, maybe not. Liver. Your liver has to break down and assimilate all of your hormones, estrogen being the main focus. The higher your estrogen levels, the worse your period is. Heavy, painful, endometriosis type periods, high estrogen levels. What do you do to fix it? We'll start with the liver, because your liver is struggling to keep pace with all of its jobs that you're requiring it to do. And as it struggles to keep pace, the estrogen goes into your liver, hangs out for a little while, sees that nothing's happening to it, so it goes back into the bloodstream and just continues to get higher and higher and higher, and worse and worse and worse, and your periods keep getting suckier and suckier and suckier until eventually you're just going to beg your OBGYN for a hysterectomy. Start with the liver. Let's dive into this liver a little bit more so you understand where it is in your body, what it does, because it's a really important organ. The adult liver weighs 3 pounds, around that. It is connected to the gallbladder, and the gallbladder is where bile is stored, which is very, very important for digestion. Don't have a gallbladder? Well, the cystic duct is what connects your gallbladder to your liver, and that duct will actually take over the gallbladder's job when there's not one there. Liver has some big time functions. In fact, some of the main functions include filtering blood coming from the digestive tract, producing bile, dissecting and converting nutrients available in foods once they reach the digestive system For example, the liver helps to metabolize proteins by changing amino acids, which is the basic structure of a protein, so that they can be used for energy or used to make carbohydrates or fats. The liver helps to spread nutrients throughout the body via the bloodstream. It definitely eliminates toxic waste, or it should. It breaks down and removes excess hormones, what we were just talking about with the estrogen. It stores certain vitamins and minerals for when they are needed. It manages the conversion of fats from your diet to make things like triglycerides and cholesterol, which is required for hormones and happy hormones. It helps to take the carbohydrates you consume and turn them into glucose, which can then be used as energy, or glycogen as energy for later. If you don't think the liver is that important, you're wrong. But again, fix the whole system. And don't just do a liver cleanse. There's a difference between a liver cleanse and a proper detox, and we'll get into that in just a bit. Did you know that the liver has the ability to regenerate after it has become damaged? In fact, it's capable of doing this more than any other organ in the body. Tissue that has become scarred or damaged can be replaced with healthy liver tissue, which helps growth factors, cytokines, and a whole bunch of other stuff. In fact, 25% of the liver can regenerate. That's a big percentage of an organ. When someone undergoes a liver transplant, a portion of the donor's liver replaces the patient's diseased liver and then regenerates as it grows back to full size. How do you know if your liver is struggling? We've talked about a few things. One, the skin being a big issue. So if you're thinking, you know what, my son is 16 years old and he has a horrible acne, liver and detox. And then once you do the liver and detox, we can look at things like dermacolonizer to put over the skin and help it heal. Dermacolonizer is a systemic formulas product. It actually has prebiotics and probiotics that are designed and should be within the skin for a healthy skin microbiome. And you can replenish that microbiome inside the skin and help the skin heal from those scars and the acne. So if you're dealing with acne, first, liver detox. Second, use dermacolonizer to cover and help the skin heal. And then just think, usually with teenagers and acne, they don't have much self-confidence. So if you can improve that, the world is at their fingertips. Okay, we can go into a lot of concerns with the liver. However, just know that the liver basically plays a role in everything. If you're suffering from liver disease, you may have the following symptoms: abdominal pain, jaundice or yellowing of the skin. When I was a little baby girl, right out of mama's tummy, I had jaundice and I was underneath the lights for several days, I'm told. Fatigue, nausea, vomiting, weight loss, even loss of appetite. Tenderness over the liver. Remember, it's that right quadrant underneath your rib cage. Weakness, confusion, or even trouble concentrating, also known as brain fog. Bloating and gas production with the digestive symptoms. You might be a bruiser. You bruise easily. Constipation can even be correlated with liver. Pale or dark colored stool, swelling in the legs and ankles, and symptoms that include hormonal imbalances like PMS, irregular and heavy painful periods, acne, and even mood swings, which are the most common. So if you're thinking, I need to fix my hormones, you need to fix your liver. It's part of the process. The other part of the process with hormones is blood sugar. So the first two things I always do with hormones before recommending any hormone therapy, if I recommend it at all, which I rarely do, because it's not that your body's lacking estrogen or testosterone or progesterone. There's a reason why, and when we can figure out the whys and remove them, help balance out the blood sugar. One of the best and easiest ways to do that is the product Sinulin. You can buy all these products on my store at drkylieburton.com/supplements. Or maybe it's /supplements, whatever it is. It's just remember the supplement part because it's not on the home page. You have to go clear down to the very bottom where it says buy supplements if you want to get to that. As far as liver supplements are concerned, think about LS, liver support. LS bind is a toxin binder. L for liver, LB for liver gallbladder, and those are basically the ones I recommend. Simple start off, LS and bind. If you're thinking, I need to start balancing out my hormones, think Sinulin for balancing blood sugar, LS for liver support, bind to help remove the toxins, and then Femicrin is a fantastic one to just help the body stabilize and produce the right amount of all hormones. Cortisol is also important, GA. If you have PCOS-like symptoms, there is a PCOS 90-day reset kit for you if you have heavy, painful periods. And there is an endo reset 90-day kit. So check those out. Big time liver supporters, especially in that endometriosis package, that 90-day endo kit. What can cause liver problems? Well, bottom line is we live in 21st century America and our livers take a beating. The liver can be compromised from chemically sprayed crops, the air we breathe, poor diet, drug use and unprotected sex, prescription medication and antibiotic use, high stress levels and hormone imbalances, air pollution and environmental toxins, mold, using chemical household and beauty products. So we jump into more of this stuff in different episodes, but diet is important, but I believe that the water we drink and the air we breathe is more important than the food that we eat. So if you're only focusing on the food, or if you're like, I eat nothing and I'm still depleted, well, there's more to it than just the food that we're eating. If you have these other concerns, you might have a higher chance of developing liver problems. These other concerns you want to pay attention to are gastric bypass surgery, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome, autoimmune diseases, sleep apnea, PCOS, underactive thyroid, overactive or underactive pituitary gland, which affects the thyroid, and even being a man, especially a man over the age of 65, can increase your risk for liver problems. How do you know? What type of liver lab test can you see? The most basic lab test that's included in all of your blood work are these two enzymes, ALT and AST. You want those liver enzymes to be between 10 and 26, ideally around 15. So we've got AST and ALT. Ideal for both is 10 to 26. Preferably, you want to be right in the middle at 15. If you are over that, you have liver concerns. And I'm going to say liver concerns as in your liver needs help doing its job. It is overburdened. LS, bind are the first places I would start. And then jump into some lifestyle factors. One of the best things I heard the other day on a previous podcast recording was if you have a gas oven or gas stove, to open up a nearby window, even if it's just a crack. Again, those fumes are getting in your air and you are breathing them. Your liver is required to get those out of your body. And it's having a hard time keeping pace with everything that's required to do. So those AST, ALT are very important. Check those out inside your blood work. Here are a couple different options to improve your liver function, and then we're going to get into the difference between liver cleanses and liver detox. Number one, of course, avoid heavy drinking and drug use. In fact, you could just avoid alcohol altogether. It is a big time stressor on the liver. Eat an anti-inflammatory diet, meaning cut out the most common food culprits. And if you're thinking, what would I recommend specifically in regards to an AIP diet? I would recommend cutting out gluten, dairy, soy, sugar. Those are the big common 4 culprits, and do it for 21 days. Why? Because within that 21-day time period, the lab marker known as HSCRP, which is an inflammatory marker, has been shown to diminish in just 21 days. And if you're like me, I like bread. I like going and getting my hot, fresh rolls at Texas Roadhouse. I'm not going to cut those out in my life forever. And unless you're celiac disease, I don't think it's necessary. If you're doing all the work necessary and applying these other components to your health. Are we gluten-free at my house? No, but once a year, maybe twice a year, we do the 21-day reboot. This 21-day, no dairy, no gluten, no soy, no sugar. I recommend that for you as well. That is a big way to help eliminate the burden your liver is having to carry, as well as flush out some big distractions inside your GI tract. Other pieces include use liver boosting supplements, which we've talked about. LS and Bind are great places to start. Reduce stress, and even practicing forgiveness can improve our liver function. Exercise and moving your body around. Exercise is movement in general. I'm recording this podcast and I am standing up in my office. I like to go from seated to standing to standing and take like 10-minute breaks every hour, which I go out for a walk and I get my body moving. Our bodies are designed to move. Figure out ways to incorporate that into your daily routine. Now, here are the best foods for liver function. Sour foods, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, fresh herbs, high antioxidant fruits, so think colors, raw honey, coconut oil, apple cider vinegar, and green tea. No, I am not one to drink apple cider vinegar. I used it one time for some plantar warts, and the best thing that solved my plantar warts was graduating school. The moment I graduated, they were gone. The worst foods for your liver include alcohol and caffeine, sugary drinks and snacks, refined grains, packaged foods, factory farmed animal products. Now, what's the difference between a liver cleanse and a liver detox, and which one do I recommend? The detox. A liver cleanse is basically going to relieve the burden on your liver for a few days. Most popular ones are like juices, like 3-day juices. Not to mention, they're probably going to jack up your blood sugar. Not a big fan of juices, especially if they are carried more so with fruit juices. The best liver support I recommend is, of course, liver LS and Bind. Then a liver detox is going to give your liver the ingredients it needs to do its job. And that's very, very important. You can't just give it a liver cleanse, but not give it the ingredients to do its job. The liver detox, and what I recommend are 3 steps. The first step is prep phase, the second step is body phase, and the third step is brain phase. That is what I call the Detox Done Right. The 90-day reset kit, Detox Done Right, is available for you as well if you are wanting to really get into a liver detox. It's like the best one out there. Detox done right. That's why I call it that. It gives your body the ingredients it needs to do the detox. And then it gives the supportive agents that not only helps the liver, but it helps all the detox organs, including your small and your large intestine and your kidneys and your skin, because it's all one together. So check all those out. Meanwhile, you can find all of them on my store at drkylieburton.com/supplements and /supplements. I can't remember which one it is. Just add in the supplements part because that will take you directly to the store. Red light saunas are also great because they instigate that detox. They basically perform like a fever inside the body that helps your liver detox and your organs detox through the skin. Internally, LS and Bind take it to the next level with Detox Done Right 90-day kit. And be careful on the supplements you're taking. Are they making your liver work harder than it needs to? And I'll see you next week. Whether you have a diagnosis or not, I don't care. I'll teach you how to find what's causing your health concerns using the labs you already have. Your doctor might tell you your blood work is normal, but I'm here to teach you a better way. If you're a doctor or a health coach and anything in between, there's one for you too. Download your cheat guides and register here at drkylieburton.com. This podcast is sponsored by Systemic Formulas and Nutribiome. Systemic Formulas, the supplement company I trust with my patients and family. Instead of ordering from a handful of companies, I use 95% SF products. They're top-of-the-line quality with the best lab west of the Mississippi. They're pure, potent, and they get results. In fact, I recommend you follow their Instagram at Systemic Formulas Institute. Also, the man who's behind the Systemic Formulas products, Dr. Shane Morris, is launching a new line of supplements designed to take your microbiome to the next level. He has specific prebiotics designed to feed the probiotics. Learn more and order soon at mybiome.com. mybyome.com.